to be inspired through authentic conversations that is sure to be on everyone's lips.
Welcome everyone to On Everyone's Lips. We are so happy you guys chose to listen to us. My name is Chelsea Jade.
My name is Lindsay J.
My name is Monique, a.k.a. Mo, and we are the ladies of OEL.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, y'all. We back for another episode.
We back.
Yep, this one is going to be a good one. So the title of today's show is called Self-Reflection. Would you date yourself? And just to give everybody some background on what the self-reflection definition is meditation or serious thought about one's character, actions, and motives. So oftentimes we admire attributes in others, but we neglect to reflect on ourselves. And so in this episode, OEO, we're going to take some time out to reflect and evaluate some of our own attributes and determine whether or not we would date ourselves. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some juicy conversation that is sure to be on everyone's lips. Mwah.
Yes, I love it.
Did y'all hear it?
That was new for season 2. I like it. Yeah.
Oh, that was new.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Exclusive.
Right. we need to get drops. You know what I'm saying? We should get drops when we hear like boom,
yes.
like the drop, like exclusive. Like yeah.
Yes.
We should do that. Yeah. So ladies, let's get into it.
I'm excited about this one. This one's going to be good because me and Lindsay was talking a little bit earlier. It's hard for people to really look at themselves, to really take a good, look at themselves and what are you bringing to the situation, whatever the situation, whether it's romantic, friendship, family relationship, this crosses the board. So not just intimate relationships, even though we are going to ask the question, would you date yourself, which that would be an intimate relationship, but it crosses all lines.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Relationships, anything.
Absolutely. So what are some things that you guys require from others in relationships? Like, what are some of the top qualities? You don't have to list them all that you guys may say that, hey, we look for in a partner.
Number one for me is bottom line respect.
Mm-hmm.
So much falls under respect that if you just have respect, then it sets the tone for, the rest. Love.
Mhm.
If you love, then respect comes.
Absolutely. Yep.
Goes hand in hand. Hand in hand.
It goes hand in hand. If you love, then I feel like you're understanding. Love and respect for me. Honesty.
Yep.
If you are honest with yourself, then you can pretty much be honest with anyone else. But if you lack being honest with yourself and, keeping it real with yourself, then it's going to rub off on your relationships.
I agree. I say, especially on my list, respect and trust was number one. It goes together, respect and trust. Also, I require a connection, like some mutual interest. It doesn't have to be all mutual interest, but something that connects you to that person, that draws you in. And like-mindedness, like just being in a group of friends where, we're all like-minded. We all have goals. We're all striving to get somewhere. I feel like that helps form a relationship, and even like a romantic relationship, the same thing. Like you have goals and you're trying to meet your goals, and you can push each other to do that. So I think that's something that I require in a relationship. I like that. And I also said that an open mind, because I think an open mind allows space for people to disagree, because, in relationships, you're going to disagree. It's bound to happen. But when you have an open mind, that's where you're able to disagree and then not ruin the relationship. You can walk away, agree, and to disagree depending on what the situation is. So those are my tops that I'm saying that I require in a relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely, like you said, more open-mindedness. And I think mine more so, too, along the lines of open-mindedness is also just being willing to try different things. I am someone who likes to, I don't want someone who's closed-minded, who's like, oh, I don't want to do that. Like, I want somebody who wants to be well-cultured, who wants to try, new things and not be so scared or just, putting it down like, oh, I don't do that, or I won't do that, or whatever. So, yeah, open mind, like respect. Like Chell said, and then just like you said, having that, I'm very big on like support and like words of affirmation. So I definitely like someone who's very supportive and encouraging, because I want to be like that for my partner too. So, those are some of the things that I find important, and somebody who knows, like you said, how to compromise. Like we're not always going to agree. So having a compromising mind, someone that's not trying to change me, or willing to say like you have your opinion, and I have mine, and that's fine. We can still coexist.
Yes, coexist.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You mentioned words of affirmation. Do you all know your top love language? Is that your top love language, Lizzie?
Yeah, that's one of them. And quality time. Those are my two.
Top two.
What about y'all?
I haven't taken that test in a very long time, but I believe quality time definitely is number one. And I would say words of affirmation is close on that list, but definitely quality time would be my number one.
Last time I took the test, it was quality time and acts of service.
Okay.
Yes.
I like acts of service too.
I think it was quality time. Quality time, acts of service. And then I think third on the list was physical touch. And then it was words of affirmation, and then it was what is it, the gifts or something like that?
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I learned something about that, because I used to think that the gifts thing was more so like people, I thought it was a materialistic thing, but actually one therapist, she broke it down, and she was like, gifts are not more so about material things. She was like, it's the thoughtfulness. So she was like, if a person likes a certain candy or something, and you go to the store and you thought of them and thought, oh, I brought home your favorite candy or your favorite dessert or something like that. She was like, those.
Yes, though.
It's still a gift, but she's saying it doesn't have to be. She's saying that it doesn't have to be an expensive gift. She's saying that it doesn't have to be
clothes
a Gucci for her. Yeah.
Okay.
She was saying it's just the little thoughtful things that it can be. Yeah, right. Exactly. So
it's not all about the monetary part of it.
Exactly. Right. So that's what she's pretty much saying. Like, it's just the thought that, oh, okay, I thought of you. I bought you some flowers. I know that you like orchids or whatever.
Okay.
I need to take that test again, because now that you put it that way, I think that's pretty big on my list. Is knowing that I'm being thought of. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it can? I didn't think. Okay.
No, I'm saying, but as you get older, you might, like, your answers to those questions might change. So you might find that what your top love language was 5 years ago might not be the same,
Right.
It's true.
There might be number 2 now instead of number 1.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that is true.
Your partner might affirm too much for you, and you might want acts of service now.
Yeah, because I did score low on physical touch. I did score low on that. So, yeah. What about you guys? Do you feel like
physical touch?
I do like it, but I'm not like a touchy person, though. I don't like
real affectionate in that way.
You're not
like
affectionate person.
Yeah, I'm not a I'm not a cuddler. Like, I will not sit. I don't walk around holding hands, and I mean, I will, but I'm not. No, I don't do that. I think that would be one of my flaws in a relationship. I will, hug.
It'll be a flaw for someone who's into that.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about you guys, as far as like knowing yourself? Like, do you guys feel like you really know yourself at this point in your life to where you're like, hey, I know exactly what I want?
I feel like for the most part, I do know myself. I know exactly what it is that I want. I know more. If someone was to ask me what it is that I'm looking for, it's quicker for me to answer what I'm not looking for.
Got it. That makes sense. Yeah, I have to say definitely 100% yes. I know myself and I know what makes me happy. And that just comes from, wisdom over the years, relationships, different things, experience. Yeah. So, yeah, I can definitely say 100% I know what makes me happy. And I know what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I can say that I know what I want. It's definitely changed because I think what I wanted before in the past is totally different now. Absolutely. But as far as I'm still learning sides of myself, you know what I'm saying? I'm still discovering and unveiling layers because some of this, I used to be a lot more like shy and reserved, and I think now I'm a little bit more getting to like, okay, I will probably talk or, discuss whatever or talk a little bit more. So I'm learning myself more and more, as
I think as you grow and as you get older, you will start to learn.
Yes.
I don't think you will ever fully think you know yourself, but for the most part, you know what makes you happy. You know what you like to be around. You know what you want to tolerate. You know what you have patience for. You know what you don't have patience for.
Oh, yeah.
So you know your triggers for the most part.
Oh, yeah.
And that is so true because speaking of, being a little bit older than you guys, that is so true because the older you get, the more you start to know yourself, from different experiences. Like you said, your triggers, what triggers you. And even what you thought you wanted, that changes,
Right.
You get to a certain point in life and, certain things, it doesn't even matter anymore. And then other things become more important to you. So it definitely is. It goes with age and wisdom and experience. That's how you get to know yourself.
Yeah, I definitely heard that. I've heard that as you get older, things get better.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because is that how it's supposed to go?
I believe so because I always say if anybody asks me would I want to be a younger age again, like say would I want to be 25 again, and my answer honestly would be no. The only way that I would want to be 25 again is if I can take the wisdom that I have right now at the age I'm at now with me right at the age of 25, but just to go back to 25 with no wisdom experience, no thank you. Yeah. No, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah. Okay. So what do y'all think? What are your favorite personality traits about yourself? Like, what do you guys admire the most about yourself? Because this is self-reflection, so we got to get into it.
Yeah.
What do I love most about myself? I love that I am I'm glad that I'm able to freely be myself. It's probably a word that I can use to describe that. I'm not really sure what the word is at the moment, but
I think you're funny as hell. So that to me is that I would definitely say that's a trait. I definitely think you're funny. If I'm around Chelsea, I think it's going to be a good time because she's going to joke and have fun. So I would say that. Yeah. I definitely think she's funny.
Yeah.
And Mo, I like your style. I like the way you dress and stuff. I really like. I think you
thank you.
with yourself really well. So I would say those are things that I like. I know this about y'all. There's other things, but of course, those would be mine. But what about you, Mo? What do you like about yourself?
For me, I like that I'm outgoing. I enjoy meeting people of all different backgrounds. I feel like, and I also feel like I'm a no judgment zone person. That's what I strive to be, and I feel like I'm that. So meaning like, a friend, a family member can come to me, and pretty much you could tell me anything, and I'm going to listen to you, and I'm going to approach the situation without any judgment. And if it's something that I've never dealt with before, I'm going to tell you, like I don't have much experience in this, but, I'll try to help, I'll try to use empathy to empathize and, try to help you in any way I can. And then also I think I'm a good listener. So I'm a really good listener. And so I think that those are the main things that I really admire about myself. Yeah. And one other thing is I don't have a problem with admitting I'm wrong and holding grudges. So, I always say everybody has something, but that's an area that I don't really struggle in. And I think I kind of admire that about myself, that, I don't really hold a grudge, or, I don't have a problem saying if I'm wrong in a situation. I don't have a problem saying it.
I don't have a problem saying it either, but I just don't like to be, I want to say I don't like to be wrong. Not to say that everyone is perfect or everyone is right, but I try my best,
right,
to be what anyone else is, what I expect of others.
Right.
If that makes sense. No, I'm not expecting perfection. I'm not perfect by any means, but I hate being like, I don't want to do anyone wrong. I don't want anyone to do me wrong. So.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's more, I guess it's more so on the emotional side versus more than the intellectual side. When I say I don't like being wrong, if that makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
How
about yeah?
I would say that I like that I'm supportive, because I think that a lot of times, sometimes when you see other people winning or whatever, some people can be like, I think I'm a supportive person, whatever. I think I always want people to win. I always want them, I'm there supporting for like love. I don't, I don't really hate on that, whatever. I think if you doing your thing, I like to see you doing your thing. I like to see people winning. I think I'm very compromising. I don't try to inflict my thoughts or opinions on other people. I think that, I am very hard to change my opinion. I do say that I'm stubborn in that way, but I'm not the type of person that's going to try to force you to think the way that I want to think.
Right.
I'm open for discussion. I'm open for, other people having their opinions. And I actually like that, because I want to hear other people's perspectives. I want to hear why you may, think the way you think or whatever. So I'm actually open to that. So I think, that's a good quality about myself. And then, like you said, I don't really hold on to things. I think I don't know if that's just more like a passive thing, whatever, but I definitely think that I'm very, like, forgiving.
I said that I hold on. I don't forget nothing. I don't hold on to it. I don't harp on it. I don't, I remember, and I can easily move on, but, you never forget how.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. Yeah,
you don't.
You're never going to forget. Yeah.
They say you forgive, but you never forget, and that's true. And it's good that you don't forget, because that helps protect you. That part of it helps protect you from, going through a situation again with someone, because that's how you keep getting into a same situation when, it's okay to forgive, but you have to protect yourself as well. You can't let yourself become open to anything, because you just forgive and you just open yourself back up. Of course, you're gonna put some protection around you once you've been hurt. It's just human nature, I believe.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah. You definitely don't ever forget whatever, like you said. Yeah. So diving deep into some more into the conversation. So what would you guys say in 5 years? Like, what type of person would you like to be?
What type of person would I like to be in 5 years?
Or where do you see us? Well, I guess, because we don't say where you want. Yeah, what kind of qualities, or what would you like to improve on? Improve on.
I would like to be able to freely love without.
That's good.
Without being, I wouldn't say being guarded, because it's a good thing that I'm guarded, but I feel like there's pros and cons to being guarded. I feel like I've been able to finally set boundaries, which is a good thing, because I haven't always had those. So maybe just like loosen up that guard, or that, be able to receive love like I used to, and be able to, love is me. That's who I am. So I feel like anything that's hurt me or anything, like, I'm reminded of it, I'm guarded, I have boundaries, and I do feel like it is in the way.
Okay.
So I feel like 5 years from now, I feel like that's something I need to work on now, so that I can, manifest my whatever.
The person you want to be.
Yeah, the person
you want to be in
or
5 years.
The
Yeah.
person that's meant for me. You know.
All of that. Because when you put that into the universe, you know you're going to get it back, whatever you're manifesting yourself to be.
And it's also affecting my career, not my career, but you know my work relationships.
Okay.
I don't really get attached to too many people at my job. I'm very friendly.
Oh, I'm like that.
I'm very friendly with people, with my coworkers. I listen. I'm always the go-to person that people come and talk to. You know, they having problems at work, anything.
Mhm.
So it looks like we got a caller.
Like I'm always being mindful of who I'm talking to, and always reminded that everyone isn't your friend. They could, you know, you can vent to them, and they can go around and flip it and turn it into something else. And I just keep them.
Is that just at work, Chelsea, or is that everywhere? Because I'm like that at work too, though.
I'm like that at work as well.
I'm definitely more guarded at work.
At work, me too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we got a call on the line. Y'all want to go ahead and?
Yes. Let's check in to see who this is. One moment. I'm bringing him on. Hello. Welcome to On Everyone's Lips. You're on live. What's your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Trey, and I'm calling from Virginia.
Hey, Trey. How are you?
How y'all ladies doing? I'm doing good. I kind of missed the question. I know y'all talking about coworkers and stuff like that. That's all I heard.
Well, the show is about self-reflection, so we're kind of talking about what are some qualities that you like about yourself or some qualities you don't like about yourself. Did you want to apply any input into that?
You talking about just in general, not at work. Just qualities, just qualities about myself in general.
Yes, like
things that you like about yourself, or what are some qualities that you are like you look for in other people first? Let's start with that first.
Yes, and we're asking would you
Okay.
date yourself? So if you took a look at yourself, yes.
Okay, when you're talking about what I'm looking for qualities in a woman, definitely loyalty. I feel like the day and age that we live in, that's like the one thing that's just like, it's just undermined. It's like almost non-existent anymore. I think it's just everybody want to go out, have fun and play. It don't matter how old you are either. I mean, like I said, I'm 31, and I mean, even at 31, I dated 23. I didn't dated, 36. And it's just like everybody's on the same page with it. So I say for myself, well, for the most part, I'm not gonna say everybody. I'm talking about from coast to coast too, from San Diego, to Virginia. But I say definitely, I would say loyalty is what I'm looking for. Also, it'll probably be definitely communication. Communication is one of the big things for me, is because I feel like no matter what you get into, or an argument, or if it's something that you're trying to plan, or just a regular day to day, if it's not being communicated with that person, then it's gonna be kind of difficult to actually get anywhere, or just I think it's people I communicated well with. I really didn't argue with them much, because if you can communicate well, then most likely understanding, and that's another good quality I look for.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, Trey. So part of the show is self-reflection. So you list qualities that you would look for in a young lady. So you said loyalty. Self-reflecting, do you feel like you possess that when you come to a relationship? Would you bring loyalty and also good communication? Because we're talking about self-reflection. So as far as, do you think you possess that and would bring that into a relationship?
Yes, most definitely. I'm one of them people. I don't say nice things about myself. I mean, I do, and I will. But what I say, it holds more weight when I feel like it. It's what's been told by other people, so it's what's perceived of me. So if I talk to 10 people, and out of them 10 people, 8 was like, "Oh, you're a nice guy," and this or that. So I would say I've been told, and what I feel like some of my good qualities is exactly what I spoke about. Communication, the understanding. Because I'm also someone that the same things that I'm asking for, also the same things that I'm also going to be willing to, that I am going to, provide, and also I'm not going to be like, do this, do that, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. So I'll definitely say for myself, I say communication, understanding, loving, caring, loyal, and, stuff like that. That's what I've been told, and I also believe myself.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your transparency.
Well, Trey, I have a question in regards to the quality of loyalty that you look for in a partner. How do you test? Like, what's one way that you test someone's loyalty? Like, how do you know if that person is loyal or not if you're just meeting them?
What's the thing I would say when you're first meeting someone, you really don't know. So, but a lot of times these days, a lot of people don't even want to, give somebody the benefit of the doubt. Like I always say, like, I'm gonna believe you till you give me a reason not to believe you. So, and I think that's the part of the question you want to know. Where does the not to believe come in? It's usually when, it's when stuff just don't seem right. I mean, it's just certain stuff. Like I would say, like if I call you, like I said, if I'm talking to you and I call you, and normally you call me back, and then you, instead of calling me back, you text me, So I feel like when stuff like little stuff like that start to get like a little sketchy, and I'm someone off the rip. I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna be like,
switching it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Inconsistency.
Yeah. When stuff's not consistent and stuff like that, that's when I feel like it's starting to get like a little different. Like somebody's hiding something. So I feel like somebody's hiding something, they're not being true about something. Then I feel like you're not being loyal. Like I said, if you can't do it in front of my face, or stand in front of my face, that's not loyal. I mean, I remember talking to someone. I asked them, said, "What if I'm talking to a woman and she does everything great, but she can't cook?" I said, if I go eat at another woman's house, is that considered cheating? Not even the house. Maybe she's just bringing me food, and I'm like, I'm not eating her food. Is that wrong? I do everything else right. Well, let's not say this on the show. I ain't gonna.
I'm about to say, yeah. Right. You want me to go into it? All right. Right.
Would you want your partner doing that to another person?
And you know what's funny? I'm usually the one who's always spitting the real to people. Someone said that. I was like, hell no, I wish you would eat in those nigga house. They both gonna be dead. Excuse my language, y'all. I'm not sure what the rating is on the show.
You good? Well, thank you, Trey, for calling in.
Please continue to listen.
Yeah, it's more of the show.
Anytime. Thank y'all.
Time in. Let us know if there's something else you
Most definitely. I'll let y'all continue. If I feel like it was something nice and juicy, then I'm going to indulge.
All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Have a good one. So,
I feel like a way that a person can test someone's loyalty off rip, like even if you without doing all of that or just having conversation with someone, you can look at some of the relationships that they have already. How long their relationships are, how, their friendships, their relationships with their family, their,
how they treat others.
How they treat others. I think you can also.
Somebody told me that about a man and his mother. Like, people have said that to me. Like, I forget who it was, but someone has said, like, if a man doesn't have a relationship with his mom or something like that, then you should look at that, like, pay attention to certain things, like how, their relationship with their parents, because there could be a lot, going, that could
rub off in their
exactly, or it could affect the way they're going to be in a romantic relationship. So I definitely have heard that. Like you said, that is something to pay attention to. Their quality of relationships with their family, with other people, their friends, everything. Yeah,
I agree. I totally agree with that. Yes. Yep. So back to what you call it. So Mo, where do you want to be in 5 years? What type of person would you want to be? Yeah, when I was self-reflecting on this touch point, I was just thinking about my life as a whole. And 5 years from now, I want to be the type of person that's walking in her purpose, living out my passion, just living my dream. That's where I would like to be, the type of person I would want to be in 5 years. And so that kind of goes to a couple other touch points we have. So just to say that I struggle with procrastination a little bit. So that's something when I self-reflected, I struggle on that. And so, of course, procrastination, that's going to be a hindrance to, meeting your goals. So I'm working through that. And so those are the types of things that I'm working on within myself to ensure that 5 years from now that I am walking in my purpose, living out my passion, doing what makes me happy. Because they say if you're doing something in your passion, pretty much you never work a day in your life. And so that's where I'm trying to get to, and that's the path that I'm on. And as far as the type of person that I want to be in my relationships is Chelsea, I have to piggyback on something you said as far as being guarded. I know that I struggle with that a little bit. I can be guarded at times, and I'm working on being more open within my relationships. And I have to say, I'm guarded not because I have anything to hide. It's not because I have anything to hide. It's just, I guess I'm just more cautious. I guess I just need to feel a comfort level for certain things. And as I feel more comfortable, I start releasing more. But I want that comfort level to come quicker because, the guard, to let the guard down quicker so I can let people in quicker. So that's another thing that I would like to have taken care, mastered within 5 years, or be in a better place within 5 years. I'm not going to say mastered, but be in a better place within 5 years. Yeah. Right. So how about you, Lindsay J?
I definitely want to get better mentally and physically. One thing I have learned throughout the years is like no one can make you happy but you. So I definitely think for me, I want to focus more on improving myself versus and then I think all my other relationships will fall into place. For me, that's kind of what it is, because I definitely try to like hone into self-love and things like that. So I want to get healthier. I want to start living and enjoying life. I think before I have been a little bit more guarded, or I was too uptight, stuck in the booty, and it was just too much. Like I don't want to be like that no more. I want to be, you know what I'm saying? I want to
get the stick out your butt.
Yeah, exactly. I was just too much, too stiff. And so, even like with, like Chelsea said, with making friends and things like that, I think I was so much like, oh, I'm a mom. I don't want to do that. But now I'm more like, you know what? I'm still a woman. I still have other things outside of that. So if I want to have fun and I want to go out and I want to get drunk, that's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to have fun or whatever. And I don't, I think I'm growing into more and not caring. So, yeah, I want to be a better friend because I do think that sometimes, like, when it comes to communication, not just with all my friends, because my best friend, I think, we talk, whatever, but I have other relationships that I want to nurture more. So, like, making sure I go visit my distant friends that may not live in the same state anymore. I want to make sure I put more effort to, going to see them and spending time outside of that. I used to be the type of girl that was like, oh, I want to spend time with my man and I can't go out with my girlfriends and stuff. And I don't want to be like that no more. I want to, nurture my friendships and, what I'm saying? Like, because I think that is really beneficial. So that's what I want to do. I want to get to a place in life where I'm living for me, happy for me, and,
I love that because, with the girlfriends in the relationship, like say the relationship goes left and it's over. Now you're calling your girls. Your girls are like, we ain't heard from you in months. Why
exactly.
you calling us? Don't call us back.
Exactly. Exactly. And so I don't want to do that, even now.
That's a pet peeve of mine. I don't like when it comes to my friendships with my females. I don't like when my females get so caught up with their guys that they, just drop. I don't do this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but here comes Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been there.
You want to link up, and I'm just supposed to jump because you're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, I've never been, like, I don't think I've dropped people, whatever, but I definitely don't think I've nurtured it as much. You know what I'm saying? It was more because, before, I think me being a young mother and then also being a single mother, I would have to ask someone to watch, my child. So for me, it was kind of like, yeah, if I'm gonna go out, whatever, I'm probably gonna choose to spend time with my man versus go out with my friends.
Being a parent is different.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. When you bring a child into the
When
situation.
your excuse is
Yeah.
like you are a single mom and you have your child, I think that's different than you just wanting to spend time and be in your man's face all day long.
Yes.
Well, no, I'm just saying, but if my time was to choose, I would say, like, hey, if I'm going to choose, I'm probably going to go out with this person. So, like, let's just say if there, it's like, okay, you can go out with this, go out with your friends, or you going to go out with your man. And I'm like, oh, I would choose to go out with my man because this is my time away. I'm finally going to go out. So that's what I mean by making those choices and making the effort to be like, no, let me go out with my man. Let me go out with my friends. I can see him later on, or another time.
But in a situation when you are a mother, that makes sense to me because your time is so limited. And with the time that you do have, you do want to spend it with your significant other. And so sometimes the friends get put on the back burner because your time is limited. So far as me, not having any kids. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
That's when communication comes in, like Trey was saying.
Exactly. and for me, like, being a person who didn't have, I don't have kids, I've been in that situation where, when I was younger, past relationships, where I've dropped friends and it's been all about the man. I had no excuse.
Well,
Be wrapped up in the man, So, so like you say, I've grown from that and I've learned that that's not how you foster relationships,
Right.
You can't just drop your friends and, when I'm ready to hang out, now I'm calling them. They're like, don't call me.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Oh, now you got time.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Bye, Felicia.
Exactly. Yeah.
That is a good one. So do y'all know, so speaking on relationships and, both of you guys mentioning that y'all, want to be open and everything and not so guarded and stuff. So what do you think was the cause of failure in your past relationships?
I definitely would have to say communication, lack of respect, dishonesty. Now, are you saying from our perspective, what we lacked ourselves? Like, what could have been a lack, or you just...
Yeah, I think, what do you think that you might have lacked? Yeah. Since it's a self-reflection.
I don't know. I feel like now it possibly could be communication, when previously that's all I did. But I watch what I say. I'm more quiet now. I think I listen more before, I'm not quick to respond. I still communicate, but I'm not... I don't respond quickly. I don't respond out of emotion. I choose my words wisely, and I know the power of silence, of being silent to do so. I'll say, I don't know. Maybe I'm clingy.
Okay.
I don't know.
That could be it. That's a good one.
That could be.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. At this point, I'm just trying to find where did I lack, or where something could have been wrong on my part. But not that I'm perfect, but maybe it wasn't communicated that I was doing something that person didn't like. I don't know.
I would say for me, especially because I was in a very long-term relationship, and where it went wrong is we wanted different things out of life. So when I self-reflect, I knew this very early that we wanted different things out of life, in that situation, knowing that this, what he wanted and what I wanted were not on the same page. But so for me, the failure for me in the relationship is staying too long, the inability to let the relationship go. I've had revelations over this, and I come to realize that it was almost biblical, but almost like an idol. Like I made the relationship itself an idol. And so, just idolizing being in a relationship when you know that you're going two different paths. Why are you still holding on to this? But you're still holding on. So that's where when I self-reflect and I look at myself, I see how the relationship failed. And honestly, the relationship, should have been over, a long time ago, but I allowed it to linger. So that's where, that's where I feel like past relationships have been failure. So, yeah.
Well, you almost made me bust out with Mary J. How can I love somebody else?
Exactly.
Yep. That's something else to know. Yep. Time to let go.
Mary put it in the right word.
Right, exactly. But no, that's true. I definitely think that is part of the reason. And it's been a long time because I can't say. I mean, I'm in a relationship right now, but if I could think back to the last real grown-up relationship I had, I was probably in my early 20s, and that was probably the last longer relationship. But I can definitely say that I think the reason why that relationship might have ended too was because I think I dedicated so much, and that's why I say I'm more so about focusing on me and loving me and putting me first, because I think everything else will fall into place. I think I was definitely so dedicated to that relationship and wanting everything to work out. I don't know if I was really true to myself, or it took time to love myself and focus on me, because sometimes, even looking back now, I'm like, damn, man, I probably wasted so much time being all sad over love or, whatever. And I'm like, I could have, if I didn't worry about that so much, because I ain't worried about it now. And maybe because I'm in, maybe because I am in a relationship, I don't know, maybe that's not something that I, dwell on. But I definitely think when I wasn't, it was like, oh, I want to get in a relationship. And so you're willing, like you said, to compromise. You're willing to, even if it may not be right, or you're not happy, you're not getting what you need. And not to say that things were horrible in the relationship, it's just that I think I put too much into it and I didn't focus on me. Because when you focus on you, you're not going to be so worried about the other person. You're going to you can't be happy if your cup is half full. And I think that's probably what, what happened. I just gave too much versus focusing on me, because you definitely need self-love. Self-love is going to be lead the precedence to all your other relationships, I believe. So that's so what true. I would say. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So true. Yep. I agree with that.
So what do y'all think? What are some qualities you guys possess, or that make you guys a great partner? If I'm saying it right. Did we already say that? Did we already talk about that?
Say it again. You said some qualities that'll make you a good partner?
Yeah. What are some desirable qualities?
I think the other qualities question was more so what are some qualities that we like about ourselves, more so not what makes us a good
partner. Yeah.
But I think I'm very supportive. I think I'm very understanding, no matter what what it is, what the situation is. I think I'm very understanding. I think I'm very loving. What else? I think I'm pretty patient, which is big, and I think sometimes I might be too patient. But I think I'm pretty patient for the most part. And the patience go hand in hand with the understanding. Understand that everyone's not in the same phase in life. Everyone's not, everyone needs time to grow. Because I'm, one way don't mean that the other person has to be another way. I'm willing to compromise, but it's just some things that I'm not willing to compromise. And I'm not willing to compromise respect. I'm not willing to compromise. I think it's just respect.
Yep.
Yeah.
I pretty much echo everything that Chelsea said, and I just want to add to that as far as what I think makes me a good partner is I'm fun. I think I'm a lot of fun. If you're having a bad day, you can call me, and I can cheer you up. But, yeah, I'm patient, supportive. I'm a good listener, like I had mentioned that earlier. I'm a good listener. On the flip side of that, I need to share more but, I know I listen. I'm a good listener. So if you, call me up, I'm definitely going to listen to you, and I'm going to, try to help you out if I can. Yep. What about you, Lindsay?
I would say the same things. I'm supportive. I'm open-minded. I like to try new things. So I think that's a good quality. I'm always open to go different places or try, just try anything. I'm very open with that. Supportive. The only thing I will say is I think I will listen, but I will say that my major flaw is I do tend to listen to respond. That's
a good one. That's a good one.
So I'll listen, and then I'm listening
the same way.
Right. And so, but I want to say something. I want to say, you know what I'm saying? I want to get what I have to say. And sometimes I have to pull myself back because I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just need to listen, So I think that's something I need to work on.
So now that you mentioned that, that could be a quality that I don't like, or that I struggle with. I'm not going to say that I don't like, but I struggle with. I tend to forget. Like when I'm thinking of something, I feel like I have to say it right then and there, because if I don't say it, then I'm going to forget it.
Right.
So what ends up happening in the middle of conversations or anything, disagreements, arguments, anything, I'm quick to respond. I've gotten better, but I used to be worse than what it is now. But I used to really cut people off. I wouldn't say it's all the time, because I do listen. But it's bad. It was really bad at one point, like in disagreements and stuff. Like I would definitely cut you off and whatever you're trying to say, because I feel like if I know that if you're a good listener, then I know you don't have the same problem that I have. So I know that if I cut you off, then you can go back to whatever you were saying. But if you don't let me get out what I was saying, then I'm going to forget it. And then I'm going to be pissed, and I have to wait until more shit download, and then I have to...
then it comes back and like, that's what I was going to say.
Right, exactly.
I got to, that could be one of my flaws.
Yeah, a flaw for me is yes. A flaw for me is I can let past hurt. We all been through things. I can let past hurt come up and hinder me in a current situation, like something that happened in the past. It may be. It's a trigger. That's a good. That's the way to put it. So it could trigger something in me where this may not be the situation, but because it kind of feels like it triggers, and it could put me in a type of way, a type of mood, or I'll feel a type of way about it, and I don't like that. I feel like that's a flaw, because I feel like I shouldn't let past hurt hinder me in a current relationship. And then also, since this whole pandemic and everything, I have to say what I've noticed as far as self-reflection is I deal with anxiety. There are, there are things that give me anxiety, and I can get ramped up about a situation, and I have to talk myself down sometimes. So I have really realized that this year within this whole pandemic, as far as anxiety can creep in on me, and that is, I feel like that's a flaw or something that I have to keep working on to overcome that. So I definitely think that that's definitely a flaw.
Yeah, I will say that I am, if I'm stressed at work or something like that, or if I'm stressed about something at work, I am the type of person that will probably bring that home. And so, I definitely think that that's a flaw of mine too. It can, what I'm saying? I don't know. It can be hard for me to turn it off and be like, hey, you're home now. You don't have to have an attitude. But me instead, I'll be like, yes, what I'm saying? I'll be short-tempered. If I get home and I'm just like, well, what is this? Why is this right here? Whatever. Why is this moved over here? And so,
they call it displaced frustration.
Exactly. So it's just kind of like, well, why? What are you upset with? And then when you talk to me, it's like, I am stressed. I had a lot to do at work. And so it's kind of just like, okay, well, you don't have to, I didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I know says that to me all the time. Like, I ain't do nothing to you. I ain't do nothing. And I was just like, yeah. Well,
Sorry, you gotta feel the heat.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So yeah, that's definitely a flaw. But I like to have fun. I like to, yeah.
I also can say a person really doesn't. Anyone dealing with me don't know what they're gonna get from a day-to-day basis. I am a Cancer. We have our moods. We have our, one day I can be really jittery and not jittery, but jolly and exciting and happy and spontaneous and wanting this, and then the next minute I can be blah.
Yeah. And I think that's normal. But y'all, I have read that Cancers are moody. Are you like that, Mo?
Different type of mood.
No, I'm not a moody. I'm not a mooder. Yeah, I'm pretty much. I kind of had a conversation about this the other day. Pretty much, I'm even keel far as that goes. Not trying to say I'm perfect because I'm not by no stretch of the imagination. Mm-hmm. But far as in that category, I'm pretty even keel. You call me, I'm pretty much gonna be the same every time you talk to me.
Okay. That's good. I admire that.
Unless something crazy off the chain just broke out, but it has to be something like crazy,
I feel like whatever mood, even if I am in a bad mood,
right.
It's never in a mood where I'm not willing, unless you're irritating me and you are, you're pinpointing that I'm in a bad mood. Like, if you sense or that I'm not trying to be in the mood, don't push it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because then you're gonna make it worse.
Yeah.
Go with the flow. Get off the phone. Let me have my mood. Some days I don't want to be bothered. Some days, I don't think it's ever a day where I don't want to be bothered with someone that I love or someone, whatever mood that I find myself.
Wow, really? See, I'm very like I need time to myself. I think that was probably
I need time to myself, but I can make that time for myself. If that makes sense. Like if I needed time and you are a person that's in my space and we around each other all the time, then I can find that time by myself. I don't want you to go. I don't know how to put it. I don't want you to go like leave me alone, completely alone.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And yes, exactly. I just wanted to say on the because Chelsea had mentioned this earlier about being patient and how it could be borderline. It's good, but then if it's too much, it could be, and I think I kind of struggle with that because the word people pleaser comes to mind sometimes. I always got to check myself to make sure that's not what's going on, because I am a patient person and, being a patient person, sometimes, you got to make sure that you're having a balance because you don't want to, you want to make sure that you're patient, but it's not too much, because it can be.
You're not letting anyone overstep your boundaries.
Exactly. That's the point. Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I would definitely say that because I admire that about some people, whatever, that can. I am. I don't know if it's more of a people pleaser, but I am someone who can kind of let things ride or whatever a little bit more.
Yes, go with the flow.
One thing, whereas my best friend, I like it because she is totally opposite from me. She confronts things head on. She's a Leo, so she's like, no, I'm going to tell you, she's very much like that. And I'm like, I admire that about you because I'm not like that. I'm more timid. I'm more, I'll, say something if you may ask me, but I may not address things head on, whereas so I admire that about some people that they can do that, whatever, but that's just not my personality. I'm more, passive and like, okay, like, let me try to figure it out. Like, what can we do to, what can we do to solve it,
And I love that yin and yang because, like, I have two best friends, and so both of us, they're pretty direct.
You can direct something.
Yeah.
You can talk about something right in there and still try to come up with a solution. It don't always have to be, you can address something and still try to find a solution within whatever a disagreement. It can still be.
But see, I may not address it though. That's the problem. I may just completely cut you off, and that's my problem. I will exactly. Yeah, I'll just cut you. I'll just cut you off, cut straight off. And my best friend is always like, man, you don't have no problem with cutting nobody off. Like you literally will just be like, all right, X that person and delete them out of your life. And I'm just like, I don't, so. I think that could be bad. Exactly. Instead of trying to work it out or whatever and come to a solution, whatever, because it could have been the problem or the issue could have been resolved. But I'm more like, nope, it's done. Whatever. I've wiped my hands with it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I have two best friends, and so they're like, like the one best friend's like, we kind of balance each other, because she's like, Monique, I need more of you, and you need more of me, because like I'm more like you. I can be not as direct. I can let go with the flow and kind of maybe let things slide. Where sometimes I do need to be more direct and more, and where she's always like, right. And I'm like, well, maybe you need to step back a little bit. She's like, you're right, maybe. Right. So yeah, but it's good to have that opposite, because you can see, and it balances you. It gives you a balance. So yes, this has been a great conversation, ladies. Yeah. Great. Yeah. It has been a great conversation.
So I think we should close out now. And we're going to close out with 3 benefits of self-reflection. And if you're listening, you should take this time out to do some self-reflecting before the year is over. Work on, find things that you want to improve on and set up a plan or something, or work on ways to improve yourself as a person. So the 3 main benefits of self-reflection is strengthening emotional intelligence. When taking time to self-reflect, you are looking inward. Acting with integrity, becoming clear in your core values, which help to strengthen your integrity and lead you to better decisions. And being more confident.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. I love that.
Benefits lead you down. It I don't know. It takes you far.
Yes, and it's always it's always a benefit to be able to see yourself in every situation. Like, whatever the situation is, what was my part in that situation? What part did I play? Really to look at yourself. And I love when you come across situations that show you yourself. I've been that so many times where I've been in a situation. It's like,
even if it was a bad situation.
And a lot of times it is bad situations where, like, you can see yourself like, I just caught a glimpse of myself, and I'm like, okay.
I had a conversation the other day with one of my friends, and I said, if sometimes it's okay to start back at square one or find yourself back at square one, as long as in that square one it gives you the opportunity to look at yourself and to self-reflect and to,
to grow.
Right.
Yeah. You grow.
Yes.
It's okay to be back at square one.
Yep.
Well, callers for calling in. I thank you, listeners, for listening in on tonight's show. Ladies, do you have anything?
Just if any listeners, if y'all ever have any questions or anything that y'all want us to talk about on the show, please email us at contactoelpodcast@gmail.com so that we can go ahead and receive your emails. We'll read your email out loud, but of course you will remain anonymous. So don't have to worry about us putting your business out there. Just send it to us, and we'll discuss, the topic or the issue that you're having on the show.
You can follow us on social media on IG. It's at OEL Show. And Facebook, it's On Everyone's Lips, and that's with apostrophe S. Please subscribe to our podcast. It's On Everyone's Lips. Again, Everyone's is with apostrophe S. We're on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and other platforms that you may consume podcasts. You can also catch us on the True Radio Network under blogtalkradio.com. Please give us a rating. 5-star ratings are very much appreciated, but all honest feedback is welcome. You can also go to our website as well at oelshow.com, and each episode is uploaded onto the website.
Yes. Well, ladies, this has been phenomenal. Thank you for this conversation. And so I just want to thank all our listeners out there. Until we meet again, live well, laugh often, and love much. Good night.